Welcome back to another episode of the Walking Towards Light podcast. I am your one and only host, Walker Williams, and this is a place where you can learn, you can grow your consciousness, and you can be your best self. Now, it's no guest this week. It's back to your boy. It's just me. We back having quality time, and that's okay. We do, and we will have another special guest coming that I can't wait for y'all to see. I can't let y'all know when, but it's definitely happening. But this week, it's just with your boy. It's just with me. Let's have some good old quality time. I love my single podcast too as much as I love my guest podcast. But today is all about karma and what karma means, how it can affect our lives, what the understanding of karma can do for our future selves, and what it can do for our past selves. The first thing I want to dive into with karma is the understanding of karma, because there's a lot of misconceptions of karma and what karma mean. With karma, there is a misconception about karma that there is a punishment like energy that comes with what you do if it's wrong. So if somebody was to do something bad to you, something bad is going to happen to them. That's not necessarily the case when it comes to karma. People think that it's a system of payback, but karma is deeper than that. It's all about what we are putting out into the world and what is coming back to us from the energy that we're putting out. It's more of like a cause and effect type of system than anything that really shapes us in the experiences that we live. Because the definition of karma is and means action. That is the true definition of karma. That what karma means is action. So the actions that you take in this life, there are consequences and effects that comes with that karma. See, we have different type of karmas as well. There are karmas that we deal with from our past life that karmic debt that we have that we are holding on to in this current lifetime. There is karma that we've created in the past, in this lifetime that we've created, that we are still feeling and going through and understanding now. And there's karma that we are creating at this moment that we will experience now. So karma is really, it brings you to a place to help you understand what are you doing, what thoughts, what is your mind, because karma is not only a physical thing, it's also what you're thinking. Your not only your physical action, but also your mental actions. What are your intentions? What are you intending to create? All of these things are a part of your karma, and creating these experiences that, whether good or bad, that you happen to deal with, is really your choice. For example, one of my favorite quotes is from Buddha, of course. Y'all gonna hear a lot of quotes from Buddha. But he has said, what you are is where you have been, and what you will be is what you do now. And that quote is so powerful because that's basically telling that everything that you did in the past, there was consequences to those thoughts, to those actions, to those intentions. And what you're doing now, you're facing that karma. You're dealing with that karma, whether you did, whether it was good energy that you was putting out or it was bad energy that you was putting out. How are you maneuvering through life? We have to start looking at karma as a teacher, not as something that is a punishment. We have to remove that mindset. I feel like us as humans, we get conditioned to believe that everything should be rewarded or punished based off what you do. You have to start looking at it as something that is teaching you and guiding you to show you that, hey, these things that you created, that karma, that action is causing an imbalance. Now you can look at that and you can create that new future right now and create good karma for your future self. So it's not something to look at as a punishment type of thing. It's something to actually help guide you into a new you. If you are attracting things into your life that is causing harm to you, that's not serving you, or people, sometimes a lot of times we go through life and we tend to, a lot of people experience this. We attract, people say, I keep attracting the same type of person, or I keep attracting the same type of experience, and I want to get out of that. Why do I keep creating that? You have to take responsibility in that moment for yourself to know that you are part of that creation. What is these constant experiences that's showing up? What is that showing you? Is it could be a lot of things that you're creating mentally or physically that is bringing that person, that type of person into your life. You have to sit back and be like, what am I doing? Is this something that is, I'm doing this out of, I'm attracting this type of person because I need to do self-work within myself? Do I need to look more inward than what I'm doing? Am I doing this out of emotional reactions? Or am I doing this for just needing somebody to be in my life, or just to fill in a void? Is that attracting this type of person? A lot of times it is showing you that what is missing in your life, what is out of balance in your life. And even if even in speaking of good karma, if you put in work, if we can use examples of, like, if you sacrificing and you putting yourself, you going to the gym, you eating healthier, you eating all of these things that are going to be beneficial for your body and healthy for your body, in your future self is going to feel that positive karma that you put out and that energy that you put into your body. It shows later. That's why a lot of times, if you eating unhealthy and you eating terrible, you might not feel the effects right then and there. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can eat all of this bad stuff and you like, I'm okay. Like, I feel healthy right now, but no, you're later on, your body is going to feel all of the things and all of the negative effects of the unhealthy eating that you did, and the unhealthy lifestyle that you was living for yourself, and your body is going to show in your future self. That karma, every action has a reaction. So if you eating unhealthy, your body is going to react as such. It's going to show up unhealthy. If you're going to the gym, if you locking in on your goals, your future self, you're going to see all of the fruits and labor that you put in. That's just the action that you're taking. So if that's good, positive action, you're going to get a good, positive reaction to what you're doing. And same as bad. So you always have to be, it's a real responsibility. Shout out to Soul Glow that was on my podcast, and he was talking about self-responsibility, and it's true. Karma is all about taking responsibility for your life and the choices that you make. The choices that you make are the dictator of the outcomes that you experience. And once you are aware of that, you have the opportunity to change that experience. And that right there can change your life. Once you sit back and be like, okay, like, a lot of this are from my thought patterns. A lot of this is from how I'm emotionally reacting to things. Let me sit back and see what is bringing me out of balance and what is bringing me towards balance, and focus on that. And your life is going to improve significantly. And also, and I also speak on this in my past podcast about karmic debt, karmic cycles. As your soul, you have to understand, like, even in past lives and future lives, the things, and a lot of karma and things that we live many lifetimes before we can work through that karma, before we can understand that karma and get that karmic debt off of our soul. We have to understand that before we can rise above what they say in it's called samsara, basically birth and death. But you have to cleanse that karmic debt from your soul for you can be clean and for you can transcend. But if your soul is not, if your soul got a lot more places to grow and understand, like, it's going to live another life until you can break that karmic just weight. That's why, like, you can have a family of 10 kids, but all 10 of those kids are living 10 different separate lives and have their own lessons and things that they have to learn on their own. One just because they all come from the same mother don't mean that they all going to have the same lesson. No. Every soul that comes into this life has its own karmic debt. But also, even if you're a soul that is freshly new, you can tend to create karma. Therefore, you can be in this cycle of samsara, of birth and death, if you get what I'm saying. But none of this is something to where it's bad. It's just learning. It's just growing. Your soul is growing. You have to understand these things that are a part of your creation that is holding you down. But it's up to you to see that and realize that and change that karma and release the old karma that was not serving you. Everybody has different karma, whether that comes from talent, whether that comes from their destinies and the things that they are great at, or the things that people struggle at. We all are here going through our own karmic lessons and growth and soul growth. So it's important to know that it's not about punishment. That's a misconception of karma, that what goes around comes around. I know we say that, and it is a part of it, but it's not in the sense of punishment. It's personal. It's about learning. It's about growing. But yeah, it's these karmic cycles is up to us to break. Nobody else. So you have to be aware of what's bringing harmony in your life, and you have to be aware of the things that you're bringing into your life that is not serving you. That could be negative karma, because you don't want to hold on to these things. It's about being able to let go of these karmic cycles. We have to start shifting karma in the way that is beneficial for us. We have to understand that karma, our decisions and the things that we do, creates ripples for the environment that's around us. And I think even for my own self and what I do in my life, like, I react in the world knowing that, I know that what I do and my actions can create ripples. So it's just like, it's so beautiful. Like, even with the smallest things of how you react to your environment around you, with what I do, being out, being of service, working in the Uber community, right now, but it's so being out around people all the time and being able to serve people, and even the smallest things like open the doors for people or being of help if anybody need help. It's like knowing that cause ripples, and that karma action right there is basically putting out to the universe, and it's going to come back to you in that way. Because you are doing these things that creating these reactions to stuff. Because it's like, I see my reality in the sense of I come across beautiful people and beautiful souls that treat me as much as with much of respect and love as I would treat them, because that's the reality I'm creating. I move in a way of love and wanting to be there for people if they need help, or just assistance or service, or just being kind to people and helping and being able to, be that light for other people. So I'm attracting a lot of people that have that same energy for me. Even that's with just regular pedestrians, people open up the door for me, people watching out for me, or people helping me if I need help. And I know that's a part of my creation, because that is the reality and the thoughts and beliefs that I'm creating, which is the karma that is coming back to me. You have to be aware of your thoughts. Karma is not only a physical thing. It's mental, it's intentions, it's emotional. And I have so much gratitude for just being able to understand and live in a place to where it's like, and even, sometimes like we're not perfect. We're not, sometimes we have times to where we can have negative thoughts, or we can do things that is not in the best intention sometimes, and make mistakes. But like I said, you have the opportunity to realize that and make a new change and make a new reality for yourself. Everything starts in here. Everything is inner. I'm gonna keep saying this. I don't care if I have to say this every podcast. Life starts with you, not the other way around. Your reality is your responsibility. Your reality is your creation. You are the co-creator of your reality. And so everything that you're living, everything that you've experienced now is the consequences of your actions. And everything that you will experience in the future will be what you're doing now. And we said that early on, but I have to keep repeating that. These are the things that change your life. These are the thought patterns. This is the wisdom and the knowledge that helps you. We got to start doing more meditation. We have to start understanding and be able to be aware of the things that we're causing into our life. Why are we bringing these people into our life? Why are we having these experiences in our life? What am I doing that is playing a part into this suffering? But the only way that you can truly notice these things and feel these things, if you can actually sit with yourself. Don't run away. Don't run away from it. A lot of times we'll tend to run away from our troubles and our problems, and we are too scared to face it. You can't do that. We can't live in a world when it's like that. You can't continue to grow if you're running from the things that is troubling you, or that is causing that suffering for you. Because guess what? You holding on to that. You holding on. And that's going back to my Let Go podcast. But also, like I said, it's going to show up. It's going to show up. Like everything that you do. That's why you have to take this podcast to be very intentional. After watching this podcast, please be mindful of every action that you take, every reaction that you have to people, and how you're responding to people around you, and how you feeling about people, or the things that you're doing. Will this create positive or negative karma for me? Is this good for my soul? Is this good for my soul? Is this going to create a better life for me in the future? Or is this going to create a better future self in my next life, possibly? We are all experiencing what we did previously. And we have to shed that debt. Whether it was good or whether it was good or bad, we have to understand that karmic pattern, for we can continue to put out good karma, or if you put out bad karma, we can shift that. You have the opportunity to shift that bad karma. And I'm gonna say this once again. A wise man once said, this wasn't from Buddha: if you want to know your past life, look at your present conditions. And if you want to know your future life, look at what you're doing now. And that's exactly what the Buddha said. You can look at what's going on right now and see what type of karma was you putting out in the past. And that's for past lives, y'all. We are on a mission of cleansing this karmic debt. And this is in a lot of traditions, a lot of spiritual texts, y'all. And this is important. This is important to know that you are in control of your life. You are responsible for the experiences that you experience. That's why it's like anybody that, you have to face your consequences. You do anything bad, there's consequences that come with it. If you do good things, there are consequences to the good things that you do. And that's why, like I said, be aware of what you do. Every action has a reaction, people. Every action has a reaction. So, is it good or bad? That's something to think about. And I don't care if this podcast sounds a little redundant, because sometimes people need to hear things over and over again to get it. Karma is not about punishment. We gotta get out this mindset that there should be punishment behind things and or reward. It's all about growth. It's all about learning. It's not about being punished. You have to learn from these things for you can shift and you can get that karma debt away from you, off of you. And I think, and I want to say this, I think that's a lot of the times we get the ideal of like hell and heaven. It kind of is like the same type of gist of that. You know, we get this ideal of that you should be punished for the bad things that you do, or you should be rewarded, which is heaven. We should be rewarded for these things of being a good person. And I think that I would not agree with that. You know, I think the hell that you experience is the mindset and your frequency that you living in and in that reality that you're creating for yourself now. You can either live heaven, you can either be in heaven or you can be in hell in this reality. And that's for lives to come. It's your choice. The hell can be now if that's what you're creating. But you have the power in you to change that reality around and make it heaven. But you have to have the awareness to understand that you are creating it. It's nobody else creating it but you. Everything that you're doing, everything that you're putting out, every decision that you're making, it's all up to you. And man. Oh shit. and it's powerful. It's powerful. Like, I don't know why I feel emotions coming up, but I think it means a lot to be able to spare my message to y'all, and for y'all can, just I can play my part in society. I'm truly, truly grateful to be in this position of where I'm at. I really hope y'all resonated with this podcast. If you resonated with this podcast, make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. Please, please, please. I really appreciate it. Because that's good karma. You liking, you supporting, you putting out good. It's good. That's good right there. But yeah, make sure y'all, like I said, this episode is all about karma. So I really hope that y'all really took something from this podcast. If you resonated or you didn't resonate, it's fine. It's for all the people that will understand and that will get this and feel this and resonate with this message. This is what it's all about, man. Everything is up to you. Life is your responsibility. It's your creation. You're the co-creator of your life. Do not forget that. And I really enjoyed this episode. I really enjoyed getting this message out. And I'm happy to be back too. I know I missed last week. It was a lot of things that, I was working. Sometimes work gets you. And I was tired. I'm gonna be real. I was tired. But I want to be full energized for y'all. I want to have a lot of energy if I can be my best self on this podcast for y'all. I love y'all. And that's it, y'all. That's the episode. I love y'all so much. I wish y'all an amazing, amazing week. Full of love, full of prosperity, full of growth, full of self-awareness. And full of understanding. You get what I'm saying? We're all walking back to the eternal light. Let's make sure that we are loving ourselves, creating good karma for us, and removing negative, unbalancing karma that is affecting our lives, and continue to be amazing and loving our neighbors and loving the people that surround us, and continue to grow and be better people and continue to live in that self-awareness, which is very important. Please this week, if you can do anything for me, just be aware of your actions. Be aware of the things that you're doing. Is this good or is this bad for your energy? Is this good? Is it good energy that you putting out, or is it negative energy that you're putting out? Be mindful of everything that you do. And we're out. See y'all next week. Like I said, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Everything. Share. Peace.